Hi everyone, this is Ian Bennett with West Coast Fire Training, and welcome to Training Minutes. We're here in Midwest City, Oklahoma at Brian Brush's facility made by Lone Star Tactical. So today we're going to talk about some of the most common student errors in live fire training that put them at risk. The first and most common student error is students going too fast. When students go to live fire training, especially early in their career, they're often very excited for that training, especially if they're recruits. They're usually under pressure to perform so that they don't get failed out. And so they tend to try and do things way too fast. They do it so fast that they can't perceive what's going on around them, and they aren't actually learning anything about the fire environment. This moving too fast leads to one of the second most common errors that we see of students in the live fire, which is getting way too close to the fire itself, putting themselves at risk or damaging their gear, crazing their face piece, etc. What happens is the students don't understand that their gear protects them, that it insulates them from the heat of the fire. And so they come in from the outside, they're not thermally saturated, they move as fast as possible towards the fire, and they practically dive into the fire room before they're even able to feel the heat. By the time they're feeling the heat, it's too late and their gear is already damaged. The third most common error for students in the live fire environment is getting lost or disoriented. This is especially true on the hose line, but it's very common in any drill that involves smoke and zero or low visibility. Yes, the students do the walkthrough, but what you have to understand is they are going to forget the layout. If they are new to the building, they will get lost as soon as they move inside. Once they open the hose line and the level drops or everything gets steamed out, they are going to get lost. And so you as the instructor are going to have to be able to account for these errors. So instructors often ask, how do I prevent students from making these mistakes? And the truth is, many times you can't. New students, they're going to be excited. They're going to be overwhelmed, and they're going to forget the building layout from doing the walkthrough to their turn on the nozzle or on the search crew. That's why we as instructors are there, so we can protect them, so we can orient them, and we can keep them on track. Now, stress exposure training, familiarization, strong skills beforehand, these can go a long way to reducing the chances that students will make these errors, but as instructors, we have to default to expecting students to make these errors. They're just too common for us to let the students go out on their own without our help.